I can't believe it. I'm gonna win this race. I'm gonna win this race. Oh. What's up guys, time for an update. It is Friday, it is the day before race day, and I'm on my way to Chinle, Arizona, which is where the Canyon de Chelly Ultra Marathon is going to be. I packed up everything yesterday, I think I have all I need, and it's going to be an exciting race, I think. So, quick update on the training. Training's been going well, last 2 weeks been tapering. I don't know what it is about taper, I just don't like it. Every time I taper, I get different pains that I usually don't get during training. It just drives me nuts, but I guess by now I know about it, so I should be used to it, but it just messes up with my mind. But it should be very interesting. Still not quite sure about pacing. Never really did an ultra with that kind of terrain, so we'll see how that goes. Well, made it to the hotel room, made it to the briefing, which was pretty cool. Pretty long, but really informational. Lots of information about the Navajo tribe, the reason for running this race, the reason this race came up to be, and just lots of great information. I want to show you what the canyon actually looks like. This is a picture. That's what it's going to look like tomorrow. But I want to show you real quick what my kind of race strategy, what I'm going to be carrying with me tomorrow. So my favorite shorts, my favorite racing shirt, this is my breakfast, just one of them, pair of shoes, 2 handheld, one is going to be filled up at the start, one is going to be empty. I don't need it for the first 6 miles. That's when the first aid station is going to be. It's going to be tailwind in it at first, and then I'm going to keep one with tailwind, one with water, and then in here I have a few gels just in case, but completely relying on the aid stations. My watch, my glasses, my favorite pair of socks, gloves and arm warmers. I think for the first, at least until the aid station, I can drop them off, they're going to bring them back, which is awesome. My favorite hat, and then before the start of the race, it's supposed to be in the 30s, so I'm kind of a chilly guy, I always get cold, so beanie, long sleever, and then pants that I can also leave at the start of the race. So that's kind of it. That's really all I need for tomorrow. And then this is the drop bag that's going to be at the halfway point. Don't really plan on using it, but it's good to have things in there. I'm going to put an extra pair of shoes in here. There's some crossings for the river, and there's a lot of sand. So I got a fresh pair of socks just in case it's too sandy and I need to change them. Not that I really expect that. Some fruit snacks in case I need it. This is pretty good too in case I need it. I don't think I will. And then a long sleeve shirt just in case. Again, it gets a little bit cold. It's not supposed to be, but hey, I'm not carrying this thing, so might as well be ready just in case. that's pretty much it. I've got all my stuff set up. I had my dinner, which I brought from home, my spaghetti and red sauce, which is what I do before each race. That's it. Tomorrow, wake up at 5, race is at 7, get down there. It's right across the street from the hotel, so I don't even have to drive, which is pretty awesome, but I want to give myself plenty of time. And that's it. So, good night, guys. See you tomorrow. It is 6:15 and it's time to go. It's almost mile 12, and look who's with me still. This little guy. 12 miles. He's freaking awesome. And this right there is the leader. Pretty fast guy. Well, I went to the top, I turned around, came back down pretty fast, and now I'm leading the race, but it's not gonna last. Christian is right behind me, I think. Really fast guy. I think he's gonna catch up, so I'm gonna try to keep it up, but got it. Mile 23, still leading the race. Not sure how long it's gonna last, but I'm feeling okay. Not great, but I get 23 miles in my legs, so. This is mile 33. I'm still leading the race. I got 1 mile to go. I don't see the second guy, so I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm at about 8:30 pace in the deep sand right now. That's all I got. I can't believe it. I'm gonna win this race. I'm gonna win this race. Finish is right here. I can't believe. Alright, so I had a few minutes to take my shower before I have to return the room. But quick summary of the race. I had a plan, which was to run at 7:30 and no faster than that. So if the lead group was going slower than 7:30, I would have stayed with them. If they were going faster, I was going to let them go. Turns out there were two guys that were going at 7:30, a little bit faster than that. I think they were probably doing 7:15, 7:20. So I stayed back. Eventually the second guy, I think, slowed down a little bit. I caught up to him probably around mile 12 maybe. Strong guy. And then a lot of sand in this race, which was tough at first. The first, I want to say almost 5 miles were deep sand, like if you're running in the middle of the beach, but not where it's wet, where it's actually deep and loose. And then, so that kind of kills your glutes and everything. So I wasn't sure. I'm glad I slowed down. And then went to not try to catch up the lead guy, because I know he was a very strong athlete, and I didn't really want to kill myself doing it. So when we got to mile 16, there was a steep climb, very technical, very rocky, loose, and just tough. And so I kind of hike, run all the way to the top. And when I got to the top, the lead guy was there, and so I ate, I filled up my bottles, and I didn't want to stay too long because I didn't want my legs to start losing momentum. So I left before he did. And I think I did a pretty good job on the downhill. I actually enjoy running downhill and technical stuff. So I kind of flew down pretty fast. And the next aid station was about 5 miles from the bottom. So I went there, got there, refilled my stuff, and then the second guy came. And I left. And I was trying to hold 7:30, which was my goal the whole time. So I think I did pretty good on that mostly, except when it was sandy. And then I got to the last aid station where there was about 6 miles to go. I was hurting for sure, still trying to hold 7:30, 7:45. And by the time I got there, I refilled and I left, and I never saw the second guy. And so I wasn't sure if he was hurting or if he was even going to stop at the aid station or just follow me. So I kind of kept going, kept pushing. I kept turning around, never saw him. And then eventually made it to the sandy area, which was tough, made me slow down. And got 1 mile to the finish, saw the finish line with half a mile to go. Turned around, didn't see anyone, and booked it to the finish and win my first ultra. So I'm pretty pumped. I had a plan. It worked really well. And I didn't kill myself, and I won, which is cool. So I'm going to go back to the award, wait for Andrew and Jess, and just chill, and then we'll go camping after that. So, thanks for watching. Oh yeah.